Chapter 13 The Funny Thing About Aliens. So that's what landed on my head 7.5 years ago. A lander rover thingy. That really hurt, by the way. But I got my own back when I stopped its petals opening and eating me. What do you mean, petals? Asked Bouncer. Those shiny leaves they started to open as soon as it hit the ground. After being bonked on the noggin, I was sure it was going to eat me, so I stopped them opening. Never heard another peep out of it. So you did stop Beagle too, said Graham. Look, I'm really sorry, but what's Beagle too? Asked the mound person thing. It's the shiny thing with petals you stopped from eating you, explained Graham, just a little sarcastically. Oh, okay, well that's a good thing then. The mound thing person sat down with a smile on its face and a sense of completeness and said, Oh yes, welcome to Trigon. The three Martians sat and looked at each other. First one would start to say something and then stop, then another, and for a few minutes that was all that happened. The mound person thing was the first of them to actually finish what they were all trying to start. Okay, we appear to be getting nowhere, so I'll start. My name is... A few seconds passed and Bouncer whispered to Graham. Should I ask him to speak up, or do you think that is actually his name? What do you mean, Bouncer? Replied Graham. You know, silence, do you think that's his name? No, I think he may have forgotten it. Look at the expression on his face, he looks exasperated. Oh yes, said Bouncer. Proper, confounded Graham, should we say something? No, let's leave it a moment or two. 525 moments later, still nothing had happened. Graham, I really think we need to interject. This may be getting slightly embarrassing for the poor fellow now. Okay, I'll say something, conceded Graham. Are you okay? Asked Graham gently. Pardon me, replied the person mound thing. Are you okay? You kind of stopped halfway through telling us your name. Did I? Oh, I'm so sorry, my name is... Again the same quizzical expression, the same lack of a name. I'm sorry, apologized Graham. But it's happened again. What happened? Said the mound thing. Okay, said Graham, stepping before this whole process got cyclical. I am going to keep this going. I am Graham and this is Bouncer. We are from Earth. We were sent to Mars to investigate what turns out to be your handiwork in the failure of all these landers and rovers. Oh, I see. Well, it would appear that all those are my fault, but I am not quite sure why. Accepted the mound person thing. Bouncer rolled over and said to the pair of them, You said Beagle 2 landed on you. Do you think it may have affected your memory? I suppose it is not entirely out of the question, replied the mound person thing. Could we check? Well, I suppose we could try. It was a while ago though, so any injuries should have been long healed by now. In order to check mound person thing over, they would need the habitat set up. Getting stuck in, both Graham and Bouncer had the habitat quickly up and running. They took mound person thing inside and into the med bay. They had not needed to use so far, and therefore they were a little rusty on its use. Within a few more minutes they had established there was nothing seriously wrong, but the only explanation for the poor memory was the bang on the head. Okay, said Graham. We are going to have to try and recover your memories. Consulting his databases, Graham identified hypnotism as a method that would hopefully enable Graham to ask mound person thing some questions. Eventually they found out his name is Gene Ranaldson. He lived very near to Curiosity's current position, and that his people lived predominantly underground. As soon as Gene came out of his hypnosis, he admitted breaking Curiosity, as it was getting close to its front door. I'm so sorry, but I didn't know what else to do. Another day or so, and it would have been on top of me like that Beagle thing. What do you think these Earth people will do to me? Well, said Graham, we'll talk to Elon first. I think he'll be more interested in how he can work with you when mankind starts to come to Mars. Humans are coming to Mars? Asked Gene. Yes, I am afraid so, Gene. We always thought Mars was a dead world, explained Graham. Please help me and my people, Graham, begged Gene. Well, I think it best we introduce you to Elon. Once Earth knows Mars is already inhabited, simply colonizing it will not be possible, and another way will have to be found.